So let's talk about Kroshanda. I don't know her name. She's the woman in Chicago with her two children that was just attacked by a group of middle schoolers. I'm assuming. I'm assuming that they're middle schoolers. And let's first address it. I have multiple ways to address this, but first address it with the elephant in the room. Trump just tried to send the troops to Chicago because he understands that there's a culture of violence, extreme violence in Chicago, and he, especially in the black community, and he, in his right mind, wanted to protect the upstanding citizens, protect the future Kanye's, protect the future Oprah, protect, like, you understand, protect all the future people that came. He like, yo, there's greatness in Chicago, but they will never get to blossom because there's so much violence, right? You know how many future doctors and scientists could have been if they wasn't deleted at an early age from all this violence? You understand? Especially in the black American community that was thriving. But there's so much violence out here that they never get a chance to become who they're supposed to become. But now we see it in movies and we're like, oh, that's sad. Boom, 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 boom. Like we all been attacked by the groups of mob out here. And just because they're middle schoolers, we're just assuming that they're innocent and frail and just kids. No, there's kids in other countries that's deleting people. So why do you think that, like, there's kids in Chicago that's deleting people? Think about all the young teenage drill rappers, 13, that's deleting people. Because they learn to use sticks from their criminal parents or whoever there's guardians. They come out of prison and they teach their kids to be violent. We were just not addressing it in our community. And Trump was trying to send a National Guard. And that was, like, it makes sense that, so much sense, but every time we do things that make sense, there's always a liberal pushback. Oh, let's defund the police. And look, and we wait till afterwards when we see the consequences to now, like, okay, well, yeah, after, but the consequences is just not yours. You don't care because your children are safe. Your children are not the ones getting attacked and jumped and going to school and just have to deal with these, like, you know what I mean? I was talking to my mom last week about discipline in other countries, that when we were young, when at least I was younger, and I know when she was younger in our country, of Jamaica, the teacher was given authority to give pow to the wrist, right? And now it's stopped. And because of that, like, blanket of protection, these kids feel like they have free reign to do anything, and there's no consequences. And they're right, there is no consequences, because that we call the police and they will come after you for trying to correct that child. The village will turn on you trying to. Matter of fact, that child can say anything. The child can say you show them your wee, and that's it. You understand how dangerous it is, and you're training your children to be dangerous. But at the same time, every culture outside of black Americans is looking at black Americans like, and their children, like, stay away from those kids. And you wonder, and you get mad at them. You get mad at African people for not wanting their children around your children, because who want their children to be coming home from school, an attack, and which mother? Like, can you imagine if it was like an Arab mother? You know, it would be a hate crime. And so far, no child or no parent is held responsible. It's just sad stories. Oh my gosh, we should start a GoFundMe. Oh my gosh. If there was like fear, can you know what they fear? Trump said it in the National Guards. And it's crazy that it got to this. Acting like it got to this. They were just deleting people left and right and bragging about their rap songs. You know what I mean? King Von and all those people, they were deleting people and bragging about it, and the whole culture was cheering them on. Yay, we love Chief Keef. Oh, you understand? Like, I'm frustrated, right? Because we see years of violence. Like, Chicago now and LA look like how New York looked in the 80s and 90s, where there was gangland. You understand? And there's so many substances in the street like destroying our people, and we can't even say nothing against it because we snitches get stitches, and they feel like they're trying to cartel our community, right? And we have a president that actually try to step in, but y'all like imagine, like, y'all know Kamala wouldn't do anything because her focus on the Asian community, protecting the Asians. Forget about protecting the blacks. She's only black when it's time for election. You understand? Every year round, she's Asian. She's chilling with her white friends, sipping mimosas. And, you know what I mean? They don't care about us. And every time somebody try to step in, like, it's always the disciplinary parent. The parent's like, okay, pow. They look at as the bad guy, right? But you can't raise a child being their friend. You have to be the disciplinarian. Trump is who we needed to go. I'm not condoning everything that Trump do. I'm not a Trumper, but he's who we needed in the circumstances. Because look how far it went. You understand? That's how people look at us when they see videos on TikTok and they recorded it. Because, you know, yeah, who cares? They know there's nothing that can be done. You know what pissed me off even more? I seen this guy arguing that Trump tried to ban TikTok. And going viral seemed to give like a battery in the back of degenerates or worse people or just idiotic people. Like, Trump tried to ban TikTok from America. Me and my friend was talking about it, of how people are trying to fight for TikTok. And no offense to TikTok, do your thing, right? Is that when the president of the United States of America is trying to protect the United States of America, why do you as Americans feel that you should go against the interests of your country, knowing that information is being leaked? Why do you feel like it benefits you in any way to go against America to entertain yourself? To entertain yourself, because you want kicks and giggles and a dopamine hit of the few viral laughs and viral dance trend. Yeah, why would you feel to do that? And I feel like you don't understand how degenerate you are creating or putting out the image of degeneracy when it comes to this nation. I don't understand why would you do that, right? But people, they just like this, those kids, they don't care, and they own, because those kids, I know their mind ain't developed. They're probably going for the good dopamine feeling of something to talk about next day. Yeah, we jumped her. Yeah, we saw her, they kicked her in the head. Yeah, that's what they want, a dopamine head. And just like how these people, the same adult counterpart who voted for Kamala, wanted to TikTok the world and send it to the information to China. Like, you understand? Like, take this into consideration. Let's use China, right? Love China, beautiful country, right? The things that you're doing here, you could never do in China. You can't make TikTok videos criticizing, or not just China, any other country, criticizing the politician. I'll make another video for that. Let's make another video for this. Let's hold on for that point. So now the woman, she want to GoFundMe, and it's sad, but there's like global crisis, and you know what I mean, GoFundMe for what? You understand? You have no losses. Did she have damage to the head? Did she have hospital bills? I'm trying to figure out what's the GoFundMe for moving costs, like, you understand, or just for sympathy dollars, because you know y'all know y'all not gonna discipline the child, so pat on the back. Y'all know you're not gonna discipline the children. You understand? Y'all see your children on video, and y'all can't. Matter of fact, majority of y'all are single mothers, and the fathers are probably in prison or out here hanging in the streets. So y'all know the children won't be disciplined. So, because mama's too busy, she's working 2 jobs, because being strong and independent, working 2 jobs, and being too tired when she come home is the norm now in our community. We don't have 2 parents in the household. We're waiting for one of the kids to grow up bigger so they can help us with other kids. Son husbands, as they call them. That's what we have. I feel sorry when Trump leave office. It's gonna be crazy. Take rocks, guys.